Hello everyone, and thanks for checking out Casual Toys. Today we're going to be looking at the Gallery Select Thanos figure. It was only exclusively at GameStop here. This is made by Gallery Select. I did already take the figure out. Normally I do keep them in, but we're going to try something a little different today. So let's go ahead and take a look at this packaging. Now this figure was only available at GameStop. It was retailing for about 50 bucks. Nowadays on the secondary market you're going to find it for about 100. There is another figure out there from the actual Infinity War movie, but I do like this figure a lot more. I do have a few negatives about this figure, but we'll get to those. Here, the most important part, which I think is really cool, is this artwork here. Now this is the one more focused on the actual comic. That's what the figure actually looks like now. Here you can pause that to read that if you care for it. Like I said, this was only at GameStop, and it's kind of a shame because this is a really, really good figure, and I kind of wish it was more available for everyone. Let me go ahead and pause the video and just get the statue set up, and we'll start talking about positives and negatives here. There he is, in his glory. Now, he does stand about 9 inches tall. I know it kind of looks weird at this angle. I will say, because of the angle that he is sitting, see how he's kind of hunched forward? It's a super weird angle. I'm not a fan. This is number one negative. I do not like this angle. I do not like this pose. I really wish they would have done something different where he was standing. If you have him on a shelf, if he's higher up on a shelf, he looks really good because you can actually see his face and stuff. But if not, look, you immediately lose just everything. I'm just not a fan of, like I said, the pose. The color looks fantastic. The details they added into his suit, look at all those little lines. Crazy. The skulls look fantastic. I like that he's actually standing on the skulls. Now with the Gallery Select faces, they're honestly either hit or miss, and this is definitely one of the better faces that they have out there. The Gladiator Hulk that I reviewed did not have a good face. I was not a fan of the face. He didn't have good lips. But you could definitely see they put a little bit more love in this one. Look, you can see all the little details, even under there. Of course, we have the Infinity Gauntlet here. See? Fantastic work. Look at that kneecap. It's a beautiful kneecap. But see, this is me just standing at a regular height, and you definitely cannot see. You miss a whole bunch of the really good detail, especially because the shoulders are so wide that you just miss all this under here. All this fantastic work. But if you come down at an angle, you definitely get to see a whole lot more of it. And so the way I have him on my shelf is he's sitting on near the very top, and so he's kind of looking down over the edge, and as you walk up you can see him beautifully. He does stick out with the gold. The gold is a really bright gold. But I just wish that he was standing up more. And I know they probably couldn't, because I know even the Hulk figure is only like a 10-inch figure, and this is already 9, and he's kneeling quite a bit. So if they wanted to actually have him standing, he would probably be 11 or 12 inches tall. But I would have paid $10 more, maybe a little bit more, to have him fully standing up. I mean, if you're going to do a GameStop exclusive, you might as well have a bigger statue or something. I mean, if you're going to pay 50 bucks, why not 60, 65 bucks, but you have him standing near his full height, if not his full height, even if you have one knee down. So this leg is a lot lower than this one. There's a curve right here. But still, they could have just had, I don't know, he could still be standing a little taller. That's my number one complaint about this figure. That second complaint is he does have the Infinity Gauntlet on, but you can't even tell. Why would you put it on him if you can't even tell that he's wearing it? And that just comes to the thing to where if you look at him like this, you just can't tell. Just looks like normal gloves, nothing special. You lose all that face detail, and you lose all the stuff under these shoulder pads here. But if you get them and you hang them towards the edge of a shelf, you can walk up and you can see the glove, you can see him. He actually looks menacing from a distance. Just be careful on this. I know he's no longer available at GameStop. They did sell it for $50. I was able to buy it for $50. Secondary market's going anywhere from, I've seen them as high as $150, low as $100. Do I like them more than the movie version? Most definitely. This statue is way better than the movie version. Do I wish he had a different pose and slightly more just, I guess, better? It's just the pose. I'm not a fan of the pose. Everything else, fantastic job. Even the skulls. From a distance, you could definitely tell what he's standing on. You don't lose any kind of detail in the skulls. And they even went all the way around. They didn't crap out or be lazy or... But yeah. So, my recommendation is if you want to get this figure, highly do it. It might even be worth the money that someone's willing to offer, depending on if you like this pose. And if you have a place for him. If you only have a place, maybe, I'm not quite sure what kind of shelves y'all are using, but if you have like a medium to a lower shelf for him, pass on it. He needs a higher shelf, so you can see this beautiful face, so you can see that gauntlet, because if not, this is how you're going to be staring at him. And you're just not going to appreciate the statue for what it really is. Always down. Well guys, thanks for checking out Casual Toys. Let's talk about it in the comments. Do you like this figure? Do you own this figure? Do you want this figure? How do you feel about this pose? Let's talk about this pose. What do you want him to be looking like? Is there a certain comic book cover that you rather him have? Or do you have just the original pose that you want to see him in? Let's talk about it, guys. Thanks for checking out Casual Toys.